Welcome in, everyone. Hi. Great to see you. If you're new here, even better. If you're returning, welcome back. But I'm very excited for today's video for a very specific reason that might surprise you. We are not going to talk about cameras. Even though I have a camera right here, the Lumix S9. See if my old school, the S1H focused. That's so pretty. That's awesome. Now, will it focus back? Yes, it does. If you are new here, normally we talk about cameras, talk about lenses. I'm a cinematographer based in Houston, Texas. Today, we're going to talk about something that I think is really under discussed in this industry and in this space on YouTube, and that is your calendar. More importantly, though, than calendar, we're going to talk about organization. So what I've found in this space, a lot of us creatives, a lot of us creators, filmmakers, photographers, especially those of us who are freelancing in this space, we don't have a boss. We don't have someone to check in on us, tell us what to do, be like, hey, love that you're doing that, but can you work on this? We're filming videos, we're filming weddings, we're filming commercials, whatever it might be, and we're creatives. And some of us have ADHD and some of us don't, but a lot of times it's really hard to nail down, what do I have to do this week? When do I need to do it? And when is it due, technically? I think by the end of this video, you should have some new tools on how to better and more effectively get the stuff that you need to get done. So let's jump into it. And we're gonna jump into a really cool program. So, how do I organize things? What are we really going to talk about in this video? We're going to talk about Milanote. And specifically in Milanote, we're going to talk about my W.A.A.G. It's just an acronym for week at a glance. That's it. Anyway, so in Milanote, that's the program I use. If you don't know what Milanote is, it's kind of like a creative note board software for creatives. I really love Milanote because you can create your own boards and it's just fun. It's pretty. There's all these blocky things you can move around, and for my ADHD and creative brain, it just works. So I use Milanote. You don't really need to use Milanote if you don't want to. The W.A.A.G organization technique that I'm going to go through, really you can do in anything. Notion, ClickUp, Monday.com, whatever you use. So jumping in, you can see Chaos and Function, my media production company. This is all Chaos and Function related stuff. I have other stuff somewhere else, but that's personal and you don't get to see it because you don't get to see it. We're going to jump into the W.A.A.G. And when we jump into the W.A.A.G, oh my gosh, there's so much going on here. We're not even going to look at any of that for a second. We're going to come over here. So in the heart of organization, we really need to determine what do we need to do now, and what do we need to do later, and what is stuff that we don't need to do. So in the Art of Documentary, which I'm a part of, in their course Create and Earn, I'm giving away a little something there from that I've learned. This isn't, I don't think they had rights to this. Eisenhower made it, so you're gonna learn this. This is called the Eisenhower Matrix, and it's been really helpful for me to implement this into my workflow, into my week, and I really try and remind myself almost daily to think in this. So within this matrix, you can see there's a, x-axis, y-axis? I'm horrible with math. And then you have, I think X is horizontal, Y is vertical. I'm gonna be corrected in post when I edit this. You can see we have stuff that's urgent, we have stuff that's not urgent, we have stuff that's important, and we have stuff that's not important. Think like time, value. If something's urgent and something's important, we need to do it. This is stuff that has deadlines, consequences. You have a client, you filmed all their video content, you need to edit the videos, and they're due next week, so you need to do it. Like, that's stuff you need to do. We can't procrastinate on it. As much as we want to procrastinate and put it off, it's urgent and it's important. But what if it's urgent, meaning there's a deadline to it, but it's not important? Tasks that must get done but don't require your skill set. You should delegate this. if you're like, if you don't have employees, there's ways to delegate tasks. Use ChatGPT, use AI, come up with creative ways of scheduling and automation. Your follow-ups with emails, automate those. Those are things that are important, but like you don't really need to be following up on every email if you can automate that. If something is not urgent, but it is important, tasks with unclear deadlines that contribute to long-term success. An example of this would be prospecting. I'm in the middle of prospecting right now, looking for new clients, trying to get retainers. That is something that you could consider urgent, but there's no deadline for it. So like, if I don't do it today, nothing happens. I don't get paid, I don't get work, but like nothing happens. If I don't edit a video for a client, something bad happens. I break a contract and they have the right to sue me, or something worse. I don't know what's worse than suing. Something that I should do, but there's not really a big impact if I miss it or don't do it. So that means I need to schedule it. So at least for me right now, and we'll get into it, multiple times a week in my schedule, I have prospecting, looking for new clients, calling new clients, trying to get more work. And now the biggest one, the one all of us who struggle with attention deficit disorder, stuff that's not urgent and it's not important. Delete it. So looking at lenses on B&H that you can't afford right now, it's not urgent and it's not important. I already know the lenses that I want to get one day, Dizio Pavos or Dizio Arlas. I've researched them. I don't need to keep looking at them once a day or spend time being like, wait, they're on sale. They're so beautiful, amazing. Don't need to do it. Once I implemented this, and especially thinking through my day of like, wait, I got distracted. I'm doing something that's not urgent and not important. I need to stop, go take a walk, 5 minutes, come back, look at my to-do list, stuff that's urgent and important. Is there stuff that's urgent and not important that I should try and automate or delegate to someone else? Is there stuff in my schedule that is not urgent but it is important? I should schedule that for next week or make sure that it's in the calendar. So Eisenhower matrix, I think starting here is really crucial before we move on to the next part of the W.A.A.G. So this is the W.A.A.G. This is my week at a glance. We have Sunday through Saturday up at the top, going from left to right, and then we have start of day at the top, going down to end of day. And if, say, let's just go to Monday, I have some life stuff that I need to do. Didn't check it off. I need to go back and work on that. But then we have my work day starting at 9 a.m. And then we have this box called CNF. This is stuff for me that is business related and kind of more admin work. You can see I sent AOD some Facebook photos because we had a meetup, sent a client a pitch deck, worked on LinkedIn a little bit, added a model I'm working with on a shoot to ShootQ, and did some other stuff, emailed a restaurant. And then had lunch. For me at least, especially as a creative, it's really easy for me to skip lunch. It's really easy for me to just keep working because I'm in a flow. But then at the end of the day, I'm spazzed out, my eyes hurt, and I haven't taken a break all day. So it's really helpful for me at least to put lunch in this to remind me, hey, you should take lunch. And then for me, I try and end my day at 4 p.m., meaning the stuff I have on my to-do list stop at 4 p.m. and I do AOD. So I have a few courses with AOD, Art of Documentary. After really like trying to get a lot done throughout the day, at 4 p.m., watch some videos, do some learning, kind of get out of that business mindset and into more of a creative mindset. It's kind of like candy at the end of the day. It gives me something to look forward to, and then I do an hour of that, and then it's 5 p.m. and I try and be done at 5 p.m. So that's kind of like overarchingly what the WAG is doing. And then if we wanted to go over, like you can see on this far right area, I have kind of like templates for how I organize stuff. If I have a meeting, it's bright yellow to remind me, hey, you have a meeting. CNF is for my to-do list in my business. AOD. Pre-production is red. That way I'm like, hey, that's probably going to take hours. So instead of trying to have like it inside of a to-do list, it's just one thing. I know from 9 to lunch, I'm going to work on pre-production. So that is the WAG. And what I try and do, and this isn't really in here, but this is how I'm thinking through it. Monday through Tuesday for me, at least right now, because I've moved to a new city and I'm trying to find new work. Monday through Tuesday is prospecting. So this is emailing clients. This is calling prospective clients. This is making Loom videos. This is making screen recordings, and or even making some custom videos for a client saying, hi, my name is W.A.A.G. I'm a cinematographer. I would love to work with you. We could do this. We could do this. We could do this. Let's set up a discovery call. So that's what Monday and Tuesday is. Generally speaking, Monday night I work on YouTube. Tonight is a Tuesday, so I wasn't able to do it Monday. So tonight I'm filming a YouTube video. I'm filming this video right now. We can actually see. And then Wednesdays is more of a social media day, a little bit of a social media day. So try and do one post on Instagram and try and do a YouTube short, just a clip from one of my videos. And then you can see I have some like email hotels, YouTube short, Instagram carousel for photos, do some research. Wednesday is kind of a break from the nonstop email call, kind of that structure, to where it gives my brain a break, allows me to do something fun. We are creatives and filmmakers and photographers and videographers because we love it, and having a little midweek break in terms of creativity really helps me to just not get spazzed and kind of in that stare of I've been doing the same thing all week. And then I have the second half of the day kind of going back to some research, and then here is AOD and end of day, again similar to all these other days, and then life day on Wednesdays, date night. Me and my wife go on a date every Wednesday night. Thursdays is a research day, or going back to outreach if I have enough research, and research being I have a spreadsheet of clients and contacts that I'm trying to reach out to. If I need more, Thursday would be a research day. By research, looking for new emails and phone numbers and contacts, or go back to prospecting, sending emails, sending phone number, calling, or it could also be a follow-up day. So say Monday, send an email, their client I really, really want. I'll follow up with them on Thursday. Hey, wanted to see if you had a chance to look at the email. And then this Thursday, still confirmed, but I might have a coffee with Stanley. And then I might live stream Thursday, but we'll see. Who knows? By the time you see this video, this will already have happened, because this video is going to come out on Saturday. And then Friday is generally a research day. People don't want to have a phone call. People don't want to be emailed on Friday. They want to be done with the week. So I'm not going to be emailing people. I'm going to also do another post, trying to post twice a week on my Instagram, show more of my work. And then I definitely every Friday night, this is big, towards the end of the day on Friday, I look to the next week and I zoom out from the WAG and I delete previous stuff and re-put in. So this week got a lot of that done. Prospecting, are there any things that really are urgent, important? Put those in first. And definitely in this kind of season I'm in right now, it's pretty much saying the same. Look for more work, call more people. And then Saturday off, Sunday off. Really try and take those days off. In this season, I will take a project on a Saturday. Really try and not do projects on Sundays to have balance and have a day off. And then the last thing for the WAG to kind of finish this up, I have an unorganized section down here, and this is just like random idea. Oh, I should do that. I should work on that. Or say I'm meeting with someone and they're like, oh, you haven't done that? You haven't looked into insurance yet? It's here. And I've kind of broken it down into like admin stuff, sales stuff, YouTube stuff, creative stuff. So there's a lot of ideation in here. And then currently there's like, this is on the business. So stuff on the business that I want to work on to make the business better. And then in the business stuff would be like at a point where I have a lot of clients, get that kind of pool of retainers up, throw in there random idea. Hey, I should reach out to so-and-so with this idea. Working in the business, doing things that the business does, like the services I provide. That's what that would be. And then here, this is another thing from AOD that I learned, key success factors. Kind of habits that you can make daily, weekly, monthly. In a ideal future world, I would have like week 1, I'm kind of has this overall theme. Week 2 has an overall theme, and say I have 2 to 3 retainers. Like maybe week 1 is prioritized to the first retainer. Week 2 is prioritized to the second retainer. Maybe week 3, I try and save for myself for business things, because you still have to be improving the business and working on the business, even if you have a lot of work. And then maybe week 4 would be for the last retainer. Or in an ideal world, one day, week 4 of my month would be a YouTube week where I can just work on YouTube content and do creative stuff. Maybe even do documentary filmmaking, which is a dream of mine. So that is the WAG. I'm pretty sure I've explained it to the best of my ability. Again, you don't have to do it in Milanote. You could do it in a notes app, just something that's like on your computer to where you can see it. Would this work for you? So yeah, hope it's helpful. I think there's some value here, and like and subscribe if you want to know more. I'm going to try and do more business stuff slowly but surely. I'm a camera nerd at heart. We will talk about cameras, probably talk about Lumix because it's what I use. I'm biased because it's the cameras I have. But I'm also gonna, want to talk about business stuff, because this is the stuff I wish I knew 5+ years ago. Would have saved me a lot of time. And frankly, I just would have gotten more done, because I was the person who would just like, as a freelancer who had no boss, wake up at 10 a.m. and be like, oh, what do I do today? I guess I'll do some editing. I don't have any clients. Play some video games. But in the last 3 years, I've really tightened up efficiency, workflow. And again, shout out to AOD for helping me do that. The Create and Earn course is a lot of where I learned this stuff. So again, thank you for watching this video. Really appreciate it. And let me know in the comments if this helped. I hope it did. So love you all. Later. Peace. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.